Continuing with that, from the unveiling of the ambitious Draft Civil Aviation Policy to Indigo's stellar debut on the bourses to Spicejet making a comeback from near death, 2015 was the year that saw the Indian aviation industry soar to greater and new altitudes. Farah Bookwala Vhora recaps 2015.
From waiting in the wings to finally taking wing, the Indian aviation sector traveled a long way in 2015. To begin with, the sector, which lacked a clear policy framework, received a shot in the arm when the Civil Aviation Ministry unveiled its Draft Civil Aviation Policy on the 30th of October.
The policy touched upon 16 critical areas to make travel affordable for the masses, create a conducive environment for airlines, and provide a level playing field for all stakeholders. The Civil Aviation Ministry has now invited public comments on the policy and hopes to send it to the Cabinet by mid-January. The draft policy includes some key proposals to increase FDI in domestic airlines from the current 49% to above 50%, capping airfare for regional routes to promote regional connectivity, and develop no-frill airports by utilizing ghost airports and airstrips. However, the draft had no decisive proposal to either retain or abolish the contentious 520 rule, which mandates that an airline must complete at least 5 years and have 20 aircraft before being able to fly abroad. So while airlines were not entirely satisfied, most hailed the draft policy as a step in the right direction.
We applaud the ministry for its proactiveness, for its speed in putting together the slew of actions, recommendations to tackle known issues that's hobbling the aviation sector.
2015 was also a milestone year for India's leading carriers. Interglobe Aviation, the parent of India's leading domestic carrier Indigo, launched its 3,000 crore rupee initial public offering, which valued Indigo at a massive $4 billion. This was the largest IPO in 3 years and met with stellar success. The overall issue was oversubscribed 6 times thanks to the tremendous support from qualified institutional buyers. On its listing, an IPO-staffed Dalal Street welcomed Indigo with open arms, with Interglobe shares listing at a premium.
We were confident that this is going to be a good opening, but yeah, in that first few seconds, to see that to that number go up in the late 800s, it was an amazing feeling.
It was also a year that saw no-frills carrier Spicejet rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Last December, it was on the brink of collapse. After piling up what had then seemed insurmountable dues of 1,600 crore rupees and losses of 3,500 crore rupees. The grueling ordeal had then forced the carrier to cut its fleet size, cancel flights, default on dues and face the ire of stranded passengers. But after former co-founder Ajay Singh decided to step into the cockpit and steer the controls of the young airline himself, Spicejet got back on its feet. Today, Spicejet has managed to turn around its fortunes. It reported profits in the last 3 quarters, has made its operations efficient by cutting costs, improved its load factor by effective pricing and inventory management, and has also managed to expand its market share.
Spicejet is a profitable airline. The prospects going forward look very good.
However, for 2013 entrant AirAsia India, dark clouds continue to loom large. It not just continued its dismal performance this year, but also found itself at the center of a bitter boardroom battle, with co-founder Arun Bhatia threatening legal action after alleging that the low-cost airline is controlled by its Malaysian parent in contravention of Indian laws.
So while 2015 was a dream run for some airlines, it was a difficult year for others. However, one development which was a positive for all airlines was a dip in crude prices. That's because crude accounts for 50% of all airlines' operating costs. With crude hitting its 4-year low in 2015, airlines were able to lower their airfare, and with this, volumes picked up. This boosted the profits of Indigo Airlines and Go Air and minimized the losses of Jet Airways and Air India. Now with crude sinking to an even lower level, in fact to its 11-year low, airlines are entering 2016 with not just a smile but a prayer on their lips as well. A prayer that these low crude prices continue to stay on. In Mumbai, Farah Bookwala Vhora.